This video is brought to you by Uncle Slim Jim. Savage, so meaty, it's savage. You're savage, so meaty, it's savage unleashed. All right. Hello, this is Uncle Jim, and today we're going to do a test with my light suppressor loads in 9mm and see if they cycle in all our pistols. So today we're going to use 4 pistols. Now, my mission was to have the same overall length that fits every pistol and PPC gun, including the AK and the MP5, Foxtrot mics, all those, without having to make specific ammo for each. And will they cycle without a can in various pistols? So, this bullet is from my 8-cavity MP mold. It's the 359-140 FB. They drop at 143 grains with wheel weights and powder coated. They're also oversized enough to use for 357 and 38, which I've been meaning to test. They look like a 9mm version of a Keith bullet. And so far I really like this mold. It's not ogive picky like my other MP ball mold. Or round flat, whatever it is. So, we're going to test out 4 guns today. I'm going to have the son shoot, and I'm going to film, record the ejection. And some of these guns will probably just barely eject this round because they either have a heavy slide or a heavy recoil spring. But we shall see. Now, a good gun will barely eject, but still run and lock the slide back. So we'll see how that works. Okay, so I plunk tested this in all my guns. It fits everything but 2 CZ75s, which need to be seated a few thou less. And that's because right here the diameter goes right about to here, and there's still a little sliver left, and that's what's hitting the lands on those 2 CZ75s. Other than that, works in everything as far as plunk testing goes. And so let's see what happens. Alright, so since it's Veterans Day, we're going to use the most popular military pistol in the world, adopted by 50 countries, the original Wonder 9 that all others copied since. Now, there is some discrepancies on its history and Browning's prototypes. Some say 1919, I'm thinking very early 20s. Where he presented some prototypes for the military trials. And then he passed away of a heart attack at his workbench in 1926. And Saïve from Belgium finished off the design. Now, some people say Saïve was the real designer of the Browning High Power, and I say that's bullshit. And this is why. After John Browning passed away, it was finally adopted 10 years later. Saïve, all he did was use 1911 designs and ideas to finish off this pistol. So who's the real designer? Who's the best designer that ever lived? Come on. I'll show you a picture of his original prototype, which is in Ogden, Utah, in the museum. And you'll find this interesting if you haven't seen these before. And we'll go from there. Alright, so here's his original prototype from the museum. They wanted a high capacity pistol. You will notice that it is striker fired. And it looks like a space gun, very modern looking. And it looks comfortable. Here is with a stock. And so there you go. I would love to hold one of these one day just to see how they feel. But you can see where the designs came from. Notice the nose on this one. All right. All right, so the final design, they lowered it to 13 rounds plus one. And to me, Browning's design was way more futuristic looking than the finished product in 35. All right, history lesson over. Now, this one is going to be the biggest problem, child, because of all the slide mass. Somebody, some gunsmith had made this into a bullseye gun with a Bowmar rail on top, and there's a lot of weight here. This is all steel, so the slide is going to be a lot heavier, and we'll see if it cycles and racks back the last round with my light suppressor loads here. This is a T-Series, which is a shame, and I bought it because I felt really sorry for it that someone molested a T-Series. The T-Series was made in the 60s, and they are the Cadillacs of the Browning high powers. The way you can tell is it has a T on the serial number, which is on the side here, and they had a beautiful Belgian blue finish. Okay, so that's what made these so great and collectible today. But somebody has molested this, and you can see I've never taken this rail off, but it's tapped on the slide, obviously. I'm going to leave it the way it is. This is exactly how I got it, other than painting the front side orange. So it's a piece of old school gunsmithing history. And the trigger for stock parts, it's the best trigger I've ever felt with stock Browning parts or high power parts. Usually you can't get this light without doubling. And this is never doubled, and obviously it's been used in bullseye for a bazillion rounds, and it works perfectly. So I felt bad for it. Got a really good price at $350 for this. If this was unmolested, they're going for stupid money now. All right. The other high power is a parts gun I put together completely of parts and then blued it. And that one has a extra power recoil spring in it. So we're dealing with this, and we're dealing with that one for seeing if they eject and function perfectly. All right, one thing I forgot to mention about the Browning high powers is they were designed with a heavy hammer spring so they could torch off any military primer. So that's even more to defeat with a light load. Okay, another one we're going to shoot is this little Bursa BP9cc, super slim, something Glock should have done 25 years ago, single stack, 9+1. And so we're going to shoot this and see how this little guy cycles the light loads. All right, so on this one I did a little stippling and took out the read instruction manual right there. And that's about it. It came with a really nice trigger. I think I got it for $300, brand new. So there's that. Now, the last one here is the CZ clone, the SAR Arms CZ clone. The only two guns that aren't plunk testing are the CZ75s. This is a clone. This is a dirty chamber. Okay, see how dirty it is? Watch this. You can hear it? No problem at all. It could even go a little further. These came with chrome barrels and chrome guide rod. Got this from a neighbor for $175 and gave it to my son. He loves it. I actually love it. I like the polymer frame, and it's comfortable. We ran so much crap ammo through this, all my junk, the most garbage you've ever seen, ugly ammo, and it fed everything. We've never had a single malfunction, so got to give a plus to this. The only drawbacks is they got stupid logos all over the place, and magazines. It goes back to cheap guns, expensive magazines. These magazines are expensive. Luckily, they came with two. And these magazines are hard to find, the stock magazines. So what we did was took a CZ 16 rounder and cut a notch on this side, and good to go. We're going to use this magazine in the test also. Works perfect. We modified 2 magazines for this so we'd have 3. So I heard that the P07 or some CZ model out there with 16, 17 rounds, whatever it is, fits right on this gun, but I don't know which one. So all we did was modify that. We also took 2 Beretta mags and did the same thing, and it works in here. So we have mags for this, even though they're expensive. Cheap gun, expensive mags. That's how it usually works. All right. All right, I have a live chat in about an hour and a half, and I haven't edited. So we're going to shoot 5 rounds each. This is the SAR CZ clone. Just throwing it out at the dirt here. Try and hit the swinger. All right.
By high?
I'm looking through the camera. Low. Just 6 inches. High. You hit it and it racked back. All right. Test 1 complete. All right, the CZ clone went about 9 feet on ejection. Now for the little Bursa, it's damn near a pocket pistol.
I'm high.
All right, those went about 4 to 5 feet. Stronger spring, little gun. All right, locked back. All right, now for the Dragon Power, high power, extra power recoil spring. Okay, those went about, hang on, let me measure. So the Dragon Power ejected 3 to 4 feet, but the last one hit him in the left shoulder. Just heavy springs. All right, now for the true test, the one with the Bomar sight, heavy slide, and let's see how these eject. Right at his feet. They're just dropping by his feet. Like, I saw that the reset fooled you because these don't really have an audible reset.
Yeah, the reset's weird.
I
I'm
know,
not used to the
it
reset.
screwed you up, didn't it?
Yeah,
All right, these fell right.
right there.
There's a couple right at his
Not
feet.
even a foot away from me.
Yeah. So how'd you like that?
I love this gun.
I think you love them all.
I do.
All right. Anyway, I got a live chat. I got to edit this. Until next time, thanks for watching.
Bitch.